What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming off of a 2-3 day on the free picks. Obviously, yesterday was not a great day by any means. We split both of our free slips, which is really unlucky. Now, super close to a sweep on NBA, or WNBA, I mean. We had our girl, Aaliyah Boston. She needed 1 point or 1 rebound to sweep the free picks for WNBA, and she had the entire fourth quarter to do so. Couldn't get one. Unlucky on that one. That one I thought for sure was a green slip. Thought it was cashed, but she definitely had other plans for us. Now, today, guys, we will be starting our new challenge. So as you can see, we are in underdog fantasy right now. I gave you guys a vote yesterday on our Instagram. You guys voted for underdog. This is the platform y'all wanted, so this is the platform we're going to be using. And you can see in my account, we got $100 with an extra 90 cents. The 90 cents. I just left it in there. It is what it is. We're going to start with $100.90. So right at $100. We are going to bankroll manage this. We are going to try to turn this $100 into however much we possibly can. Everything will be played. Everything on this underdog account will be played on live on YouTube. You guys will see everything. If we go to zero, we go to zero. And we can maybe start the challenge over after that. I'm not sure if I will or not, but we're going to see what we can turn it into. Hopefully we can get it up to 10 and 15K. That would be awesome. Obviously, that's a huge stretch. It's a big return on investment. Without withdrawing any of the money, it would be tough, but we'll see. We'll obviously scale our unit size with our bankroll. I'm going to go a little bit higher than I normally would. With $100, it makes it a little bit harder to manage bankroll in terms of... For example, across all my apps, I have right around 10,000 that I play with, and $100 is a lot. If I play $2 slips, it just doesn't look. It takes forever to build up. So I'll probably start with 10% of my bankroll on slips. Probably gonna be $10 slips. That's what I recommend people with $100 to start with to do. If you have a bigger bankroll, like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, then I would manage it a little bit better. But with $100, for me personally, if I do lose this, I can always just deposit more. If you are someone who this is everything that you have, and this is just what you. If you lose this, you can't put any more in. Then maybe play $5 slips rather than $10 on this. I'm not sure if be honest with you, I'm not sure if underdog even lets you go less than $5. If they do, and you want to do $2 or $3 slips, you can do it, guys. But if you guys want to follow this challenge with me and follow the exact slips, we can hopefully win together. That being said, I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. If this video gets 200 likes, I'll pick another comment down below to win a free month. So smash the like button, drop a comment, guys, and let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. Winner is going to be for Josh Witt, who said, "Thanks, Ryan, for the picks." Well, you're welcome, Josh. Josh, send me a message on Discord, man. I'll get you a free month of VIP. You've been with us for a long time, and I do appreciate you, man. I really do. I really appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Couldn't be where I am today without any of y'all, and I'm super, super thankful for where God has put me in my life so far. But that being said, guys, if you guys do want to get all of our plays, if you want to join our Discord, link to our WAP is down in the description. You can join either free access, $25 a month, which is less than $1 a day, or you can try it for $10 a week. If you're somebody who loves it and you're spending money, $25 a month, maybe the yearly is better for you. You will save money if you do yearly, if you plan on staying with us that long. I know it's a bigger investment up front, but totally up to you guys. Code NFL gets you 20% off any package. Probably going to keep it for another week or so. So if you guys do want to get in for 20% off, now is the time to do so. You can get a free month by signing up for any partnered app. You guys know those apps. Chalkboard, Sleeper, Parlay Play, Novig, Dabble, Better, and I'm missing one of them. I can't remember which one it is. Dang, dude, that's embarrassing. Underdog. I think it's Underdog. How do you forget Underdog, man? Anyways, Underdog. Any of those apps get you a free month if you use our code. Sign up. Chalkboard is doing a deal right now. 0 deposits. You don't have to have a deposit. Use our code FANTASYACES, and you get $20 for free. And all you got to do is play that $20, and I'll get you a free month of VIP as well. So literally, you get $20 for free and $5 of VIP just for putting in a code on a new app. So pretty easy on that one. Definitely an easy decision in my opinion. But that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into these WNBA picks for today. Now, I'm going to be playing these very safe. And what I mean by that is you will not see me take like Marina Mabry 15.5 points, then Cardoso at 12.5 points. You got a nice 3.5x because Parlay Play does have very, very good value on 2-mans. We might jump into that if I find plays I really, really like. for today, we're starting out a little bit slow on this one. We're going to try to build this bankroll up. That way, if we lose 3 or 4 slips, it doesn't hurt us that bad. Because right now, from the start, it's $100. If I lose 40 of it, I've lost almost half my bankroll in one day. So we're going to play a couple slips here, maybe 3 slips. I'm going to play around with these a little bit. This is pretty much for content. I'm trying to get you guys, show you guys that if you do bankroll management is one of the bigger methods in terms of profiting. You can have 5 good days followed by 10 bad days, and if you manage those bad days correctly, you can still profit. So I'm just throwing it out there. That being said, let's jump into our first pick of the day. So the first pick of the day that I had was our girl Agwamike, and these are going to be, like I said, discounted lines. I'm playing these very, very safe. Agwamike points line is what I like. Her points line is sitting at 16.5. There's 2 lines that I like. I like her 14.5 line, which we're going to be using. And then I really like her 11.5 line. Her 11.5 line is probably my favorite WNBA play on the board. Now let's look at her 14.5 line first, because this one is the higher payout, and this is the one we're going to have to use to get a good enough payout to want to play these slips. But Agwamike, you can see she's cashed this line in 69% on the season. She's averaging 18 points per game. Head-to-head versus the Dream, Atlanta Dream. She's cashed this line in 4 straight. 4 of her last 5. She's played 2 games this season, had 16 and 24 points in these 2 games. So she's been playing really well versus Atlanta. Atlanta has a very solid defense. 3rd best points defense in the league, only giving up 78 points per game. Agwamike's averaging 13 field goal attempts per game versus the Atlanta Dream. She's averaging a 52% field goal percentage, which is pretty dang good. You can see 64%, 47, 53, 70% in this game. Shooting well, could be sweaty. They're a good defense. Seattle is playing at home, so Agwamike has that going for her. If you look at her home games on the season, she's cashed this line 88% of games at home. So she's only missed it 2 games at home, and that was versus Dallas, and that was versus the Aces. So versus Dallas is kind of crazy. That's one of the games she's missed. But she hooked it. Every other game, she's averaging almost 20 points per game. 37-point ceiling, very high ceiling. You can get very good value on her if you play her sometimes. She has some pop-off games. Obviously, she has some games where she goes under, but she is pretty dang consistent. One of the few WNBA players that I see that's really consistent. So I like the Agwamike play a lot. Her 11.5 point line, obviously I like it even better. Odds of her getting 12 points are very, very strong. The payout's not very good on this play. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to click Agwamike, and I know where she's at because I've been on Underdog looking for a little bit. But her lines are 15.5, 14.5, and 11.5. So you got 3 slips that we can, or 3 plays that we can take here. Mine's going to be one of these 2. She probably could get 16 if you guys want to take her there. It's going to be sweaty. Like I said, Atlanta does have a good defense. She's got to play well to hit this line, but I do think she does. And we're going to be locking in the 14.5 first. So that's going to be pick number 1. We're pairing her with, there's 2 plays that I like. And we'll pull this up on Parlay Play, and we'll take a look at these as well. So Agwamike, because I'm going to play higher regular units on this too, on some of these, just to I want to make money too, you know what I'm saying? So $10 slips for me won't be a huge profit, whereas I can play my regular unit size on Parlay Play. I'll do it that way. But Agwamike 14.5 points is at 1.5x on Parlay Play, and yeah, we're going to pair her with either Sonia Citron, and we're looking at Kiki Iriafen. I think that's how you say her last name. I'm gonna call her Kiki. That's what I'm gonna call her. That's what I know her as. So we got Kiki, and then we got Citron. This one's tough because I like 2 of these alt lines a lot, and I don't know which one I like better. So I'm probably going to end up playing Agwamike with both of them. I'm just saying, with Sonia Citron, 11.5 points is pretty much always green for her. She has a very high hit rate on this. They're just playing against the Valkyries. The Valkyries, decent defense, don't give up a lot of points. If you play this line, you got a 1.78x. If I put $10 on this, I'm winning $17.80, which is almost 20% of our bankroll increase, which would be great for a slip. We don't have to go up big time. Like I said, we're trying to play this safe, trying to make money. We're not trying to spend $100. And let me tell you guys why people lose money. And this is the main reason. Yes, you guys can cash some slips. You guys can hit a 6-man, and you turn that $25 into $600 or whatever it ends up being. And then instead of playing $25 slips after you double up or triple up, you guys go all in. So you might have, say for example, here's a good example of that. I have $100 in my bankroll. I play 4 $25 slips. All 4 of those cash. I end up with $250 tomorrow. Then I play 5 $50 slips. Rather than playing the 4 $25 slips, the odds of cashing 4 straight slips, even with goblins and discounts, are slim to none, guys. You need to hit at least half of them. Hitting all 100% hit rates, probably not going to happen. All it takes is one injury, one person, one player just having a bad game, anything like that. You know how it is. Like, you guys have to play $25. If you start with $25 slips, have a great day. Keep the $25 slips. Do not double your unit size just because you doubled your bankroll. That's not what you need to do on the first time, because you're going to have losing days, and you have to account for those losing days. So if I start with $100 and tomorrow we have $140, I'm not playing $15 or $20 slips. I'm going to stay with these $10 slips. Now, for me, if we have $160 tomorrow, I'll play $10 slips to about $200, and then I'll probably go up a little bit. But it just depends on how this challenge is going. I'm going to try to do this challenge in a way that I would recommend others do it. So Sonia Citron is the other play that we're looking at. I know I'm rambling, but 11.5 points for Citron. Come over here to Sonia Citron. We're going to click her point line. Her original line is 15.5, so you're getting a 4-point discount, which is very, very high, a very, very strong discount on a 15.5 line. She's cashed this line 7 straight games, 7 of her last 10, and she's cashed this line 68% of games on the season. She's averaging 14.7 points, so pretty much 15 points per game on the season. You can see her ceiling is very high, 28 points. 27, 26 the other game versus Minnesota, which is the best points defense in the league. Playing against the Valkyrie. The Valkyries have the second best points defense in the league, giving up 77.1 points per game. Tough matchup. Head-to-head, Citron has played against them twice this season already. She had 10 points back in May, had 16 her last game back on July 31st. So she had a good game her last game, averaging 12.5 field goal attempts per game versus the Valkyries in those two. She had 14 her last game. On the season, she's averaging right at 10.6 field goal attempts. You can see she's had a lot of games where she's getting 13 and 14, 15. Trend is around probably 12-ish on average right now. I mean, I'm not going to average that up in my head right now, but it's around 12 is pretty much where she's been at. I like the odds here of her giving us 12 points if she shoots 12 shots. Looking at her free throw attempts, she's averaging 3.7 free throws per game. Some of these games she's getting north of 7 and 8, so she can draw a lot of fouls. I expect them to try to stop her today. She's strong in the second half, so Sonia Citron is one of those players who a lot of times has a slow start. If she ends up with 3 or 4 points in the first half, don't get too discouraged, because the second half is usually where she pops off. Looking at home games, looking at Washington playing at home, they are tonight. In home games, she's catches line 53%, so she struggled a little bit more at home than she does away. That doesn't concern me too much in this game because she's been playing so well. 7 straight games, playing very good. That being said, I need to pull these plays up on Props Madness, and you can look at the shot chart here for Sonia Citron. There's pretty good. The only place she's going to have any trouble is going to be under the rim. She shoots 32% of her shots under the rim, going against the #1 points defense. 17% of her shots are in the paint, going against one of the worst defenses in the paint. 9% of her shots are mid-range. That one we're not going to look at too much. Then she shoots another 34%. Well, if you add all of it together, it's 42% from behind the arc, going against the 11th weakest defense in the three-point range. And then if you look at corner threes, 11th in corner threes and then 7th in corner threes. So good matchup from the three-point line. Toughest matchup in the paint overall. If you average these out, 50% of her shots are there. I mean, only under the rim should she struggle is one reason I like this play. And Sonia, looking at her three-point attempts, she's averaging 4.3 threes per game head-to-head versus the Valkyrie. She's averaging 6. She shot 6 threes 2 games in a row. So I'm hoping she gets at least 4 or 5 threes today. That would be nice. But 11.5 points, guys. I like this play. And that's going to be the first slip that I end up locking in here. So we're just going to put $10 on it. 10% of our bankroll. It's going to pay us 18. If this cashes, we almost double up on the slip. All set. Are you confirmed? Yes, we're going to confirm this play. And that is going to be our first slip of the day. So then the other play I said I like is Kiki. I like Kiki. Let me lock this in on parlay play as well, though, because I really do like that play a lot. So Citron, we got her at 11.5 points. We locked this in. It was a 1.78x on Underdog, so you're getting better value on Parlay Play. This is why I like Parlay Play. Parlay Play is one of my favorite apps. I wanted to do the challenge on Parlay Play, but a lot of people don't. Underdog is more popular, so I didn't even put it as an offer. But if you guys want to tell these on Parlay Play, you can. Parlay Play code Fantasy Aces. They give you $5 for free, and you get a deposit match up to $100. So if you wanted to put that $100 in Parlay Play, you could have $200 plus $5, $205 plus free VIP. But we're gonna put 1 unit on this. $250 to win us, $462, and it's going to be locked in. And I'll go ahead and show you guys this is legit. not a fake slip or anything like that. Agumike and Citron, I'll hit refresh because I feel like some people, I know there's a lot of scammers out there. Not scamming, I'm actually playing the slips I post. I show this in every video. That's why I do this. But anyways, that's our first slip of the day. Our next one was Kiki. So I like Kiki area, or we're just gonna call it Kiki. I like Kiki at 9.5 points. This one I couldn't decide if I liked it better than Sonya Citron or not. Now the hit rate on this one is really, really good. Obviously, Washington playing at home. We've already looked at that. If you look at Kiki at 9.5 points, she's cashed at 7 of her last 10, 6 straight gains. On the season, 74% hit rate. So higher hit rate than Kiki, and then Sonya, and then at home she's cashed just 80% of time. 80% of games, averaging 12.5 points per game. So very good hit rate at home versus the Valkyrie. She's cashed it 2 games in a row, averaging 10 points in both games. The only reason I didn't like this better is because she's barely went over. She has hit 10 on the dot, which is a hook in the play in our direction, 45% and 63% on those two games. If you look at her on the season, she's shooting 49%, so she's shooting pretty dang accurate, pretty high ceiling, low floor. She's been very consistent on this line. I like Kiki as a player, and I like betting on her too because she's very, like I said, consistent. We already know very good points defense from the Valkyries. If you come over here and you click Kiki on this one, her shot chart looks a little bit worse. And this is why I ended up liking Sonya slightly better. Is because she shoots 70% of her shots under the rim. #1 points defense under the rim. So even if she shoots, she shot 50-ish% the last few games, that doesn't mean she's going to this time. And Sonya, with that 3-point advantage she has, I just like that play. Because all we need is a couple threes from Sonya and she's hit half her points. So that being said, matchup here is a little bit tough. Kiki doesn't shoot threes. You can see she shoots 18% from in the paint, 14% mid-range. Those two aren't bad, but under the rim, 70% of her shots right there. It's a tough matchup. But I still like this play. I'm still going to sprinkle money on this one just in case Sonya's the one that has a bad game. And I'm going to play it with Agumike. So what I'm doing with Agumike on this one, and this is going to look dumb, but I'm going to take Agumike at 11.5 points. And it's only a 1.4x. And I'm doing this just because I already have Agumike at 14.5. And if Agumike were to get 14 on the dot and sell my other slip, I'd be pretty devastated that I played it in both lines. So I'm going to play the discounted line here. It's only going to be a $14 win for this one. And I know that doesn't look much, but that adds up. We cashed both slips. We're at $30 profit or $20 profit. We could throw in a third discounted line, a strong discounted line. Can we get Sonya at 9.5? We cannot. The 1.4x I don't like looking at. If I was playing $1,000 on this one, I wouldn't mind at all because I'm profiting $400, and that's a very, very nice slip. I love this slip, but for $10, the payout just looks so low, and it's the same thing. It's just different percentages. It's just a higher number, higher bankroll allows you to play more money. You profit more on a smaller slip like this, and that's the way you build it up, guys. Honestly, but I do want to play it a little. I feel like I need to play it a little bit more risky for this challenge to try to get this bankroll up a little more because I don't want to be making $10 a day for a month. I mean, that would still be a $300 bankroll increase, but for the video, I'm going to try to find another play. Could use one of our NBA or MLB plays. We could do Seth Lugo maybe. I don't want to play Ionescu. Sabrina's chalked me like 3 times in a row. We could take an Aja Wilson line really low. We can get her at 17.5 points, and that would put us at, let's see here. That would put us at a 1.6x. I like a little bit better, but I think I'm just gonna trust my gut on this one. We're gonna do the Kiki and the Agumike play this right here. I might do 15 on this one and win 21 to get the $6 profit on this one as well. I know the bankroll, like I said, bankroll management, but that's only going to be a quarter of our bankroll for today because it's going to be the only 2 slips that I play on Underdog for the video. So that puts us at $75. Yeah, $75 bankroll, and then the potential profit would be $20 to $30. So let's do that. We're going to place, confirm. So we're going to take a look at our slips. We're going to come over here to live. We're going to go to pick them, and you guys can see we have both of these plays. So we got a $15 entry with Agumike and Iriafen or Kiki, $21 profit or up to $21 payout on this one. Then we got a $10 entry for a 1.8x Agumike and Citron, $17.80 potential winning. So if we cash both these slips, we will have, that'll be pretty much $39. So $39 up here, we'd be at $115-ish. So you're looking at $6 profit, $8 profit, so around $14 to $15 profit. I know that seems small, but that's still a big portion of our bankroll. We're still profiting around 10-15% of our bankroll. These will get better. Once I get a little bit more bankroll built up, I'll be able to play more risky plays, go for those 3 and 4Xs if we need to. We could start a streak on this as well. We could do that, do a streak as well. We might do that tomorrow. Obviously with NFL, I'll be doing some NFL plays as well. So for now, just these two slips, all I'm going to run for underdog. And unless we'll take a look at the baseball plays in a minute. We might run the baseball slip as well. But let's take a look at this one. Let's lock in Agumike on parlay play. So Agumike, we took it 11.5 points with Kiki, 9.5 points. And I can't play that on parlay play, I don't think. Yeah, it's got to be a 1.75x on parlay play. Do they have any nice promos? If they have a good promo, I'll play that one here too. So they got Gosman, 4.5 Ks versus the Cubs. We could have played Kiki rebounds. I don't like playing boards that much in WNBA, to be honest, even though it's not much different than playing in the NBA. But anyways, we got Mabry, 11.5 points versus the Sky. Let's research Mabry real quick, just to throw it on here. Give you guys another parlay play slip as well. Points, Mabry was what, 11.5 points, 50%. Yeah, see, Mabry's one of those players like she can have 30 points in one game and 3 in the next. And what was her minutes that game? 25.5. She should cash this line, man, especially versus the Sky. What's her field goal attempt average? 14. I don't play Mabry much. I don't know a whole lot about Marina Mabry. I'm gonna be honest. She's not one of those players that I look at these games, man. 20% field goal percentage. Like she's just 8 3-pointers. We could pull up Mabry on this one. Connecticut, Mabry. Great matchup, man. Majority of shots are from the 3-point line. Shoots a lot under the rim. I'm going to risk it with Mabry on here. I'm going to throw the Mabry on here to 1.3x. That puts us at a 2.2x play. I like this slip a lot, and we're going to play it. So place right here, 2 slips. Potential payout's going to be $1,000 on these two, so nice double up on these. 250 to win 550, and then 250 to win 462. If you guys do want to tell these. So we got Mabry, Agumike, and Kiki, and then we got Agumike and Citron. So playing a little bit different lines. You guys can play on underdog if you want Agumike at 14.5 on both lines. Like I said, though, I just would hate to get hooked on this line and then it cashed this one, and we could have cashed a slip and got at least some of our money back. But that's what I got for today on WNBA. We are going to get swapped over to baseball for the next 2 picks. This video is a little bit longer, I know, but had a lot to talk about, guys. Had a lot to talk about, especially with the bankroll management side of things. But as you can see, guys, $75 still in here. I didn't go and burn half my bankroll in a day, and the payout's not going to be that good. I don't want you guys seeing this and be like, well, he's only making $10 today. Like, that's 10%. Think of it this way. If I did that with my current unit size, I made 10%, and these are very safe plays. I mean, obviously nothing's guaranteed, but these are some pretty safe plays. If I did this with my current bankroll on my other apps, say, for example, if I did this on Parlay Play, 10% of my bankroll would be $500. I'd profit $500. That's not a bad. If you do that every single day, it's a lot. I mean, I know I have a pretty big bankroll on Parlay Play, but if you did that across the board, I got almost 10 grand in my sports accounts, and it's actually like a 15% increase. Then I'd make what, $1,500 on that. So you can't knock that. That's good. It's just the numbers are smaller right now, so we got to build them up so that when we do this, we're making more profit. So for now, we got to start small. It's just how it works. Don't get too ahead of yourself. And just play it smart, guys. That's the way you need to do this. But baseball. Let's jump into baseball. Enough rambling. So first pick for baseball that I have is going to be for our man Seth Lugo. I'm taking the Kansas City pitcher, and I'm taking him to go under 18.5 pitching out. So we got this under 18.5 line on the sleeper app. He's cashed this line 8 of his last 10 games. You can see the trend. He has been struggling on the season. He's cashed this line 16 of 22 games, averaging 17 pitching outs per game. A couple games he starts 7 innings. Some games he's going 8 innings and went 8 innings versus Houston. Is pitching tonight versus Washington. Washington is not a very good hitting team. If you look at Washington versus right-handed pitchers, 16th, 20th, and 24th ranked team in terms of batting average, on-base percentage, and OPS. Their batting average sitting at a 247. If you look at their last 30 rank, it has increased to a 260. So they're top 10 offense in the last 30 games versus right-handed pitchers in terms of batting average. Their on-base percentage and then their OPS has still gotten better, but it's around middle of the pack. It's still going to show a red number here. If you look at Lugo on the season, he's 8-6. 3.46 ERA and a 1.19 WHIP, so pretty decent control. Doesn't get hit a lot. Doesn't give up a ton of runs. 3.46 isn't that bad. Playing at home, he's still been under this game 9 of his 11 starts. Like he's been getting lit up, and I got a little write up in the Discord. If you look at this Washington team, the Washington team has hit pretty well off Lugo. They're 9-29 against him with a 3.22 batting average versus Lugo. So, I just don't see him going 7 innings. I really don't. If you look at his pitch count, he's averaging 92 pitches per game. Some games he gets 100. I don't think he's getting 100 now. He had 82 his last game versus the Twins. Got lit up, sitting around 90. I expect him to get around 90 pitches, especially if it's like 88 or 87 pitches finishing the 5th. He's probably not coming back out. Just throwing it out there. Don't think he's going to pitch lights out. Lugo could go 6 innings, but I think that's the extent of where he goes. I think if he finishes the 6th, he's going to finish the 6th either in the low 90s, high 80s. Could be close to 100 if he has a rough game. Could get lit up and get pulled early. Who knows? But Lugo getting 18.5 outs. I like the chance of taking the under here, and I'm going to show you guys the slip that I locked in on Sleeper. So if it'll load. There it is. So we got Seth Lugo under 18.5 outs. Then we got McGreevy over 21.5 fantasy. Now, I played this on Sleeper. Like I said, you're not going to be able to tell this fantasy on other platforms at the same. Sleeper likes to score these slightly different. They take away points for walks. You can't get I think it's quality start they don't offer. Quality start or win one. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. But anyways, McGreevy 21.5 fantasy. That's a low line. He should cash it. Looking at McGreevy, he's went over this line 5 of his 8 starts in the season, including his last 2 games against two good offenses, Padres and the Cubs. He went over this line. He also went over this line his last game versus the Rockies, which was earlier this season. He had 24 fantasy in his last game versus the Rockies, pitching against the Rockies again tonight. When he went against the Rockies earlier this season, he ended up with 1K. Very, very seldom will a pitcher only get 1 strikeout versus the Rockies. So he still cashed the line, only 1 strikeout. Rockies not a very good offensive team. They've been a little bit better in their last 30, but not very good regardless. And especially on the road. Like this play, let's play from McGreevy. So I'm going to pull McGreevy up over here on Outlier. We'll take a look at this. You guys can try out Outlier for free with our link down in the description, by the way, if you want to research your own plays. But McGreevy, fantasy score for Sleeper. I'm going to leave it on out so we can look at their offense. So looking at Colorado's batting. 25th, 30th, and 26th in OPS, average and on-base percentage. Look at their last 30. 4th, 13th, and 8th. So they have been doing a lot better in terms of offensive stats. That being said, McGreevy, I don't think gets lit up tonight. I just don't think he does. McGreevy on the season, he's 4.40 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. Has a 1 game versus Colorado with a 1.29 ERA and a 1 WHIP. Head-to-head data, he's been. This is pitching outs. What am I looking at? I'm looking at Sleeper. Fantasy score Sleeper. So last 2 games, 1 game last season he had 19, had 27 this last game. Obviously didn't get many strikeouts. You can see he's cashed his line 4 of 7 games on the season. Cubs lit him up 1 game. The Padres lit him up 1 game. It's 2 second games versus the Cubs and the Padres. He dominated the line. Well, kind of dominated. He had 22 that 1 game. But regardless, I like McGreevy. You guys got the slip. It's a nice 2.2x if you want to lock it in. So we're going to see if they'll allow us to get Lugo here on underdog pitching out. Can we take the under 18.5 on here? Will they let us do that? They will not. So I'm not going to mess with this slip. We're just going to keep what we have on underdog. We can come back over here to live. You can see pick them. Those are our 2 slips. So we're going to keep that. I like both of these slips a lot. We locked them in on parlay play as well. So you guys know how we're doing that. Let's check parlay play for Lugo. See if he happens to be here on parlay play. So still 17.5 on here as well. So you got to get it on Sleeper if you want to take Lugo 18.5. But that being said, guys, that's what I got for today. We're going to try to build this underdog fantasy up in every video. Let me know if you guys like this, if it's something you guys find entertaining at all. If I'm wasting my time, then I can just do my normal thing. But I just think this would be fun to try to build this up from $100 start. And if we can end up with 10 or 15K by the end of the year, that would be insane. It would be crazy. Probably not going to happen if we're being honest, starting with this low. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's what I got, guys. I hope you have an awesome day today, and I'll see y'all in tomorrow's video after hopefully we get us that sweep.